51. If you have insurance, your treatment may be covered at little to no cost. Most importantly, you can't lose your job because you decide to get help. Sheer Recovery is staffed with professionals who understand addictions and how to treat addictions. They understand what an addicted person goes through every day. So if you or a loved one are suffering from an addiction, it's time to call Sheer Recovery at 888-SHEER-51. That's 888-743-3751. A better life begins with Sheer Recovery. Call 888-743-3751 or go online at www.sheerrecovery.com.
KCAA is your CNBC News affiliate. We're the station that gets down to business.
The revolution starts now. You're about to enter the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show. The Jake and Cliff Show is on. Showing you how real estate investing can make your dreams, your future, your financial freedom, your reality. And now, your hosts, Jake and Cliff.
Well, that's right. We are live on the air, and this is the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff. Have to talk to that announcer who does the voice in at the beginning of the show, Cliff. He continues to get it wrong. He thinks it's the Jake and Cliff Show. I know I'm more humble than that. I know you're, well, I don't know about you. You're pretty humble, though. You're pretty good. But it's the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff. We are on the air. Our on-air number for those who want to call in with real estate questions and comments is 888-909-1050. And the off-air number for those who are listening in a different time or day is 800-396-1501. And Cliff, did you want to start the show? Because if
I'm
not,
here,
I've got enough material for 2 hours all by myself.
Oh my God, isn't it crazy? It's just there's so much stuff happening in the real estate market right now, and just almost everything. We got the worst weather that we've ever had in Southern California this weekend. Yeah. It's hotter here,
and we've appeared out of nowhere.
I know, and so, you know, like you've got your supplemental AC on in your little studio there.
I do.
I do too, and I've got a fan that squeaks, and hopefully it's not. It sounds like a cat in a rocking chair factory, man. It's like, I don't know where they make these fans these days, but man, this thing's terrible. But yeah, the real estate market is over the last 2 weeks, I've been noticing some really interesting things in the Los Angeles area, like, you know, the whole metro area, that prices seem to be, the real estate agents are pricing things fairly and with intelligence, and like we saw a bunch of houses last week that were, you know, priced according to the repairs and the market value and everything, whereas in the past everybody just puts everything at full market value regardless of what the condition of the house is. So that's exciting to see that the market is moving in that direction, and it makes it easier when we put our offers in and they are actually, you know, in relationship to what they're asking for when we put on our offers. So I thought that was exciting.
Well, that's always good to know. I mean, one of the things that I wanted to talk about, but you can continue talking about if you have other observations, is we had an incredible live event.
Oh my
last
God,
week.
yeah.
And in fact, if you go on our Facebook page, we've got this classic photo of Cliff. I mean, I can't believe it. He's wearing the same glasses he's wearing now, and he's looking out. He's looking out towards Beverly Hills or something like that. We're on the 5th or 6th floor of this hotel, and the palm. For some reason, we got the shot perfectly, so the palm trees are shaded. It's like, what was that? Not Hawaii 5-0, but that one that occurred in Florida. That show with the I can't remember what it was, but really cool, really.
Oh,
cool
Miami
guys.
Vice.
Miami Vice. And it's like that. It looks just like that. It looks great.
Yeah, the picture looked like it was Photoshopped, but it really wasn't. It was the actual reflection, and the sun was setting down, so you had the multiple colors in the glasses in the reflection, and then there was like 2 giant palm trees, and I didn't even notice it until somebody noticed it because I was doing a live Facebook conversation video thing, and somebody posted the picture of it underneath. I was like, I couldn't have staged that to be as perfect as it came out to be.
Could be. We encourage you to go on the what's the Facebook page, Cliff?
Just look up Cliff Gage or Gager, and you can see I made it my profile picture.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah, we had a great event, Jake. We got to see a lot of the houses, like I was talking about earlier, that are finally people are pricing things right. And then the other thing that I thought was funny that occurred on our little property tour was the ability of real estate agents to set appointments and then not show up. And then when we're sitting there waiting for the realtor, our agent called the realtor and he says, "Well, do you want to come back like into a couple of hours?" And the guy was like, "Well, we're here for the appointment that you set now." And he's like, "Well, we can set another appointment for later." And I'm thinking, why? You're not going to show up to that one either.
But one of the things is that this is the fun of these events. I mean, this is like, it's like you come with Jake and Cliff, you wind up having an adventure. I mean, when we were up in Fresno, we had that one experience where we went into the gang town. The gang town, and we had this guy yelling at us across the street, and it was just hilarious because we're trying to go into the house, and this guy is yelling, saying, "You don't want to move into this house, you don't want to do this," and he's yelling, he's screaming at the top of his
He was barking.
He was
barking like a Rottweiler.
Yeah, and it was kind of intimidating in a gangland sort of way because he was dressed up like your typical gangbanger, and the insurance agent was standing there in the neighborhood that we were doing the power team with, and he was standing there and he was looking at the guy and he was smiling at him, and he was smiling at him and he was going, like he was talking to him and responding. And I said, "Oh my God, this is great. This guy's from the hood, he knows." And I said, "So what is this guy saying?" And the guy was smiling at him and he looked at me, he said, "I don't know."
I have no idea. Yeah, that was funny.
And so that's right. We had this situation where we're walking around the house and people are beginning to look, and this crowd of people and stuff like that. And and the real estate agent, I don't think they ever showed up, did they?
No. On that one, we had the super key, so we went in on our own. We weren't waiting for the agent, but yeah, I don't think the agent would have showed up.
Well,
it was a pretty rough area.
But the thing is that you wouldn't think that you would have little adventures and stuff like this.
Yeah.
But you have little fun adventures, and you kind of bond as a group, and we did. We definitely did in that situation. We have these events. We try to hold one every 2 or 3 weeks. Our next one's in Bakersfield towards the end of the year. We'll be talking about that. We're going to be on the 21st. We're going to be baking in Bakersfield. Yeah. We're baking right where we are right now. Where I am, it's really hot. I know where you are, it's really hot. But we encourage you to come to these events. We've got one coming up in August in Irvine, and it's just fun stuff. I mean, Cliff talks, and he's not bad. I'm really the person that you need to focus on. But Cliff's not bad, and he talks, and we have a couple of days, and you learn so much, and this dovetails with what I wanted to talk about, because we're a movement, Cliff. And I suppose I leave myself open to our engineer, Joe, who's
he's going to make some comment.
Stand-up comment. He's going to make a comment about what kind of movement we are. But I mean, we're a movement show. We want to do things a certain way. We see a wrong in the world, and we want to right it. And one of those, we want everybody to have a personal financial revolution.
Yeah.
For example, we want to get rid of fake training, and we can talk about what fake training is. And we think that the way to get rid of fake training is to educate.
Yes.
And we think it's simple. The way to banish fake training is educate. And for right now, the cost of our events to actually attend one of our events is what, Cliff?
Nothing. Right. And Jake, I've been thinking about that, and one of the things that I see going around on Facebook, because I have a large presence on Facebook, I talk to a lot of other investors, and I watch what everybody's doing and talking about, so that we can be talking about the things that are important to the people.
Yep.
And because a lot of times you'll see where someone's complaining about something and they're having hard times with it, and I'll go on there and I'll help them a lot of times and give them some good sound advice. And one of the things that I've noticed is the things that are being said about free events. And when people talk about free events, it's like, oh, you get what you pay for. I'm telling you that I know.
Well, but this is the fake training. So it proves that our message about fake training is actually getting out, because people are realizing that you go to a free event. It's like my old law story about the $30 divorce, where the punchline was, and it's actually not a joke, it's a real story, was you get what you pay for.
Exactly.
But in this particular case, like I said, we're a movement. We're trying to right a decades-long wrong.
Yeah, 2-3 decades.
Or a decades-long...
Yeah,
Never mind.
But anyways...
I'm going to go to a good place on the radio.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. So what happened is I'm seeing people say, oh, I don't want to go to this free training because they don't really teach you anything. And so what I want you to understand out there, if you're listening, even if you have to drive from the Inland Empire or Los Angeles or Orange County to go to Bakersfield on July 21st and 22nd, it's going to be worth everything that you spend on going there, the time, the money. And the reason that we make our events for free is because we seriously want you to get this information. This is the information that everybody goes to these events for, Jake. They go to all these big, huge ballroom events and stuff, and they go to them to get the information that we give away for free. But they don't give it away for free on those big events, do they?
No, they don't. I mean, and they give you a paucity, which means just a smidgen, a very little bit, a small amount, a half a pence, a farthing, if you will, of information, and they don't connect it. It's never in context,
right?
And that's not what we do. We show you, for example, how to. Well, we're coming down to the break, so let me not get into that. Let's go into the break. And
we'll talk about that when we get back.
Talking back, that is Jake and Cliff, the Real Estate Expert Online radio show on KCAA 1050 AM, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to the Real Estate Expert Online radio show. To start your own personal financial revolution, call 1-800-396-1501 or visit realestateexpertonline.com. Jake and Cliff will be right back.
Hey, Crystal, what you up to?
Oh, Fred dragged me to one of those dumb real estate seminars.
Oh, did you learn the secret to flipping houses?
No, their secret was a $40,000 sales pitch.
John and I flipped 2 houses this year.
Really? Wish we did that. Did you fall for one of those overpriced programs?
No way. We use Cliff Gager's online training at realestateexpertonline.com.
Realestateexpertonline.com? Sounds expensive. Those seminar people were so pushy. Fred almost blew our entire life savings.
No, the price was so low we were skeptical at first, but it's exactly what we needed.
What's that website again?
realestateexpertonline.com. Cliff strategies are the real deal.
realestateexpertonline.com. Oh, here it is. Okay, I signed up for his webinar. I'm super excited.
I have a venti mocha for Crystal.
Oh, that's me. Thanks, Linda. realestateexpertonline.com will finally make our dreams come true.
Yep, realestateexpertonline.com worked for us.
Ever dream about flipping houses like on TV? Want more money in your bank account to do the things you want to do? If so, get ready to begin your personal financial revolution with Cliff Gager's house flipping training. Cliff's 25 years of experience will help you finally understand how to get great deals and create profits quickly while achieving your dream of financial freedom. This training gets straight to the good stuff so you can start immediately. Cliff was the mentor's mentor for many of the TV and seminar so-called gurus. He was the man behind the curtain, but now you can eliminate those overpriced gurus and get Cliff's best knowledge direct. If you really want to make money flipping houses, you need realestateexpertonline.com. Your personal financial revolution starts now. Go to realestateexpertonline.com. That's realestateexpertonline.com. realestateexpertonline.com.
Hey Fred, Linda told me you went to one of those real estate seminars.
Yeah, what a downer. It was nothing but a 3-day sales pitch to sell more overpriced training. Plus, the 3-day training they did was so vague. It was a waste of time.
Linda and I almost did that too, but we got lucky and found Cliff Gager first. Did you and Crystal check out Cliff's realestateexpertonline.com website?
Yeah, we did. Cliff really put together a complete program. realestateexpertonline.com gave us all the missing pieces we've been searching for.
Yeah, the gurus only want to sell you expensive coaching programs. Crazy.
I know, right? We almost handed over $40,000 to those so-called real estate gurus.
Not only did realestateexpertonline.com save Linda and I $40,000, it also helped us start flipping houses and making profits quickly.
Hi, I'm Cliff Gager, and you can start your own personal financial revolution today with realestateexpertonline.com. That's realestateexpertonline.com.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff. Your personal financial revolution for financial independence continues.
Okay, and this is the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff. KCAA 1050 AM, 102.3 on the FM dial as well. And as always, our call-in numbers is 888-909-1050. Our off-air number, for those of you who are listening at a different time or date, is 800-396-1501. We invite you, as always, to call in, ask us your real estate questions, and we will be glad to talk to you. Otherwise, but for now, it's just back to us. And we were talking about, what were we talking about? We were talking about, and I didn't want to get into it, I think it was, we were talking about personal financial revolution, and we were talking about fake training, and we talked about that the answer is to educate, and let's talk about the education aspect of it, because guys, if you listen to the show, you're going to hear us talk about this a lot. And the reason why is because it's a message that needs to get through. The old model needs to be defeated. The old model needs to change. And why does it need to change? It needs to change because, people are spending too much money and they're getting too little.
Yeah.
And Cliff is especially qualified to talk about the problems with this model, which is still being used. I mean, there are still people who style themselves as gurus, and who are out there and who are teaching this old model. And the old model actually, we think, is really no teaching at all. And the way we want to change that is to educate. We want to educate. People say we're crazy to educate, but I don't think so, for several reasons, not all of which I want to articulate here. But Cliff, it seems like you want to jump in here. Let me stop talking and let you jump.
Well, you nailed it right on the head. It's these people that are gurus, and Jake, they're making millions and millions of dollars,
making more than we are,
off of people that want to make money in the real estate business or learn how to get above the average crowd and get ahead of the get ahead on the hamster wheel of life, and what I see is these people keep pouring $30, $40, $50,000 into the guru's pockets, and then the guru goes out and buys a Lamborghini or a Maserati or a fully decked out S-Class Mercedes. And to me, it's like, yeah, it's great to have those things. It's great to build wealth. But when you're doing it off the backs of other people and not giving them great opportunities to, advance themselves, that to me sounds, and the lawyers in the group are going to probably start freaking out. It sounds like theft. Isn't it theft by deception, kind of? Is that too harsh?
I don't know. I don't know if it's theft. It's like fair market value. If I purchase a hovel, like my girlfriend's garage, let's take that for example. You and I, just broken down thing. If you looked at it wrong, it would fall down on its own. And this thing is worth perhaps $10,000 just for the old wood and everything that's in there. What if I came along and I sold it to you for $1 million? Would that be theft?
Oh, I think so.
If you agreed to it, would it be theft?
Oh, well, no. If I agreed to it, that would be fair market value.
Isn't that what fair market value is?
You're absolutely right.
So maybe that's not what it is, but maybe there's, but it's not in your best interest. It's not in your best interest to buy a broken down ramshackle garage that might kill you for $1 million when it's worth, if anything, $10,000, right?
So, but the problem is, Jake, is the people don't know they're buying a broken down garage. You're not painting that garage as the cure-all, fix-all.
No, I haven't painted it yet.
Yeah. Hey, there you go, lipstick on a pig, right?
Right.
Fake training, lipstick on a pig. So yeah, it's so when we're talking about the other competition, and I don't like to say bad things about the competition unless it's warranted. If you're contemplating spending $40,000 on something, do your research. That's all I want to say is do your research, figure out what are you getting for that money, and then come to our free event. If anything, you learn how to do the real estate investing, the beginning stages, and literally, Jake, people could actually go out and produce a deal, produce an income property, produce a purchase of a property that they can wholesale to somebody else for thousands of dollars, produce a house that they could buy, fix up, and sell and make thousands of dollars. And, I can tell you in Bakersfield, California, where we're going to be next, is great, great, great opportunity.
Oh, Bakersfield, like Fresno. Fresno is great, too.
Right. And, we spoke a couple weeks ago about the flipping market. Everybody says, oh, it's dead. There's not enough houses to flip. And yet, the statistics are on the rise. From our last conversation, I think about 2 weeks ago, I went through all the statistics of what people are actually making. I think it was an average of $62,000 profit. And if you get people like one of your old students who's now a realtor, and all he does is this, and he's doing he did 20 houses in 2017, and he's on track to do 40 houses in 2018. Does that sound like there's not enough houses to do that with? And that's in one market,
That's in one market.
And we literally teach you how to do this in multiple markets and how to do it.
Right, and you could say, I remember the great Eddie Izzard, and I like him. He's a great comedian, stand-up comic, a pretty fair actor too. He wanted to be a stand-up comic, and he's an Englishman, and he's a funny guy, just really funny guy. His mother and father didn't want him to do this, and this is kind of fake training too. And Eddie Izzard wanted his own personal financial revolution, and what they said to him was, they said, basically, you can't do that, and which is what people in the real estate market are saying, where they're saying, no, you can't flip houses anymore. Flipping houses is old. And what did Eddie Izzard tell his parents? Because Eddie Izzard said to them, he said, I want to play the big halls. I want to play the big shows. And his parents said, you can't do that. And Eddie Izzard looked at him and said, well, Ma and Pa, somebody's doing it.
Somebody's doing it. That's right.
And I want to be the one who figures out how to do that. I want to be one of the somebodies who's doing it. And this and this is part of the personal financial revolution. We know that the students out there, the attendees that come, we know that they want to do this. Why? Because we talk to them. Right. And we share these things with them. Everybody wants to do this. And which would you rather have? Would you rather go to an event and pay and I use this isn't an exaggeration, unfortunately, $26,000 for a 2 or 3 day bus tour? It kind of reminds me of Gilligan's Island, a 3-day tour.
Yeah, kidding.
And you learn nothing except you get put in an uncomfortable situation, loud music all the time. Right. Kind of more than a party. It's like paying $26,000 for a 2 or 3 day party, and you learn nothing. Or would you rather pay? Nothing for free and come into our events, which has people, and you can go to our website and you can see the testimonials. There's a lot of them. One of our students, Liz Perez, says, "I learned more from you in 2 hours." And once again, go look at the testimonial. It's there. I learned more from you, and this person is a realtor. I learned more from you in 2 hours than I learned in 3 days spending $26,000.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't people want to do that?
It blows my mind. Well, we're gonna be at the Courtyard by Marriott in Bakersfield. It's 3601 Marriott Drive in Bakersfield. Really nice hotel on July 21st and 22nd. Registration begins at 8:30. The training starts at 9, and we usually conclude about 6:30 if I can get a word in edgewise from Jake.
Well, it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be doing another presentation. In fact, I'll probably be doing 3 presentations.
That's it. So it's a free.
Well, and they applaud for mine.
They do. They
don't applaud for yours.
I know. But it's 2 days. It's free. And let's tell them exactly what we do, Jake, because a lot of people say, well, what do you do? And I'm like, well, I wrote everything out on the webpage. It says everything on the webpage. And they're like, well, I didn't read it. So I want to tell you.
Yeah,
What we do is it's 2 days. The first day, we're going to do an introduction. Everybody gets to know who everybody is. We kind of make friends on these as well, so that you can do business later, and it's better to do business with friends than it is to do with strangers. So we want to give you that friendly atmosphere between us and between all of the people involved in the audience as well. And Jake, there are companies out there that tell you to not talk to the person sitting next to you.
That's right.
That blows me away. I don't get it. Networking is the #1 thing that creates the most business, yet they're telling you to not do that.
That's right.
So you got, if they're telling you that, run out of the room. Just go. Just run. But we have this little interaction where we get to know each other, and we talk about our history. We talk about where we want to go, and then we set a course for that. I introduce you to my team. Jake is on my team. I'm on the team. I've got a real estate agent on the team. We've got hard money lenders on the team. A lot of people say, Cliff, we want to do this, but we don't know, how to get the money. We don't know where to get the money. And the answer to that is, don't worry about it. We're gonna show you.
Well, there are several answers to that. One of them is in the room, and it's me. And that's one of my little presentations that we're going to do. And we show you one way, just one way, to get the money.
Yep. And well, just not only one way, we show them multiple.
Oh, there are multiple ways, but my little presentation, which is short, has to do with one particular way. And then we help get you started. If you want to do it, we get you started doing it right then and there.
Exactly. And that creates income, or, well, not income, but that creates the ability to make the income. And then after we do the introduction, Jake and I actually do the radio show because it's Saturday, and we do a live broadcast of the radio show right there in the room with everybody.
People have their lunch. They eat the radio. They will listen to the radio show while they eat their lunch.
Exactly.
And they watch Jake and Cliff be charming. and scintillating and incisive and insightful and a bunch of other adverbs and adjectives, which people want to go into right now.
And adverbs.
Yes.
And so what we do then is after the radio show, we jump on the bus and we start going looking at properties. And last weekend we were in the valley, and like totally like in the valley, and totally, man, totally. So we got to see a different price range. We were actually looking at prices in their backyard. So properties that were priced well. Some of the houses were over $1 million. We looked at one that was
and like we're coming up on break. This is the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff on 1050 KCAA on the AM dial, and we will be back to talk more after this. Talk about the houses in the valley.
You're listening to the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show. To start your own personal financial revolution, call 1-800-396-1501 or visit realestateexpertonline.com. Jake and Cliff will be right back.
Hey, Crystal, what you up to?
Oh, Fred dragged me to one of those dumb real estate seminars.
Oh, did you learn the secret to flipping houses?
No, their secret was a $40,000 sales pitch.
You know, John and I flipped 2 houses this year.
Really? Wish we did that. Did you fall for one of those overpriced programs?
No way. We use Cliff Gager's online training at realestateexpertonline.com.
Realestateexpertonline.com? Sounds expensive. Those seminar people were so pushy. Fred almost blew our entire life savings.
No, the price was so low we were skeptical at first, but it's exactly what we needed.
What's that website again?
realestateexpertonline.com. Cliff strategies are the real deal.
realestateexpertonline.com. Oh, here it is. Okay, I signed up for his webinar. I'm super excited.
I have a venti mocha for Crystal.
Oh, that's me. Thanks, Linda. realestateexpertonline.com will finally make our dreams come true.
Yep, realestateexpertonline.com worked for us.
Ever dream about flipping houses like on TV? Want more money in your bank account to do the things you want to do? If so, get ready to begin your personal financial revolution with Cliff Gager's house flipping training. Cliff's 25 years of experience will help you finally understand how to get great deals and create profits quickly while achieving your dream of financial freedom. This training gets straight to the good stuff so you can start immediately. Cliff was the mentor's mentor for many of the TV and seminar so-called gurus. He was the man behind the curtain, but now you can eliminate those overpriced gurus and get Cliff's best knowledge direct. If you really want to make money flipping houses, you need realestateexpertonline.com. Your personal financial revolution starts now. Go to realestateexpertonline.com. That's realestateexpertonline.com. realestateexpertonline.com.
Hey Fred, Linda told me you went to one of those real estate seminars.
Yeah, what a downer. It was nothing but a 3-day sales pitch to sell more overpriced training. Plus the 3-day training they did was so vague. It was a waste of time.
Linda and I almost did that too, but we got lucky and found Cliff Gager first. Did you and Crystal check out Cliff's realestateexpertonline.com website?
Yeah, we did. Cliff really put together a complete program. realestateexpertonline.com gave us all the missing pieces we've been searching for.
Yeah, the gurus only want to sell you expensive coaching programs. Crazy.
I know, right? We almost handed over $40,000 to those so-called real estate gurus.
Not only did realestateexpertonline.com save Linda and I $40,000, it also helped us start flipping houses and making profits quickly.
Hi, I'm Cliff Gager, and you can start your own personal financial revolution today with realestateexpertonline.com. That's realestateexpertonline.com.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff. Your personal financial revolution for financial independence continues.
Well, and that's right. This is the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff. And I am Jake, and he is Cliff. And we were just having a little fun during the break, sending these gifts, these humorous gifts to us.
Are they gifts or GIFs?
I don't know if they're memes or GIFs or GIFs or I don't know if it's Jif peanut butter or Skippy or I don't know what it is. But anyway, we were having a little bit of fun off the break, so we got to kind of get smiles on our faces. But back to business, we want to, and we're talking about what it is that we learn and what it is that we teach the people and why it's so valuable to go to these things. And I think you were talking, Cliff, so when you were so rudely interrupted. So why don't you pick up where you left off?
Well, basically, we had a fan noise or something. Basically, we get on the bus and we start looking at properties. And just as an example, I was informing you guys that we were looking in Sherman Oaks. We were looking in, I think we went into Hollywood, just a whole area around there. And Burbank, there were some really nice houses in the Burbank, Glendale area. And the cool thing was this. They were priced right, Jake. We walked into a house, and it needed about $100,000 in repairs, which we calculated needed 144. So we were actually over and above what would be required to do the repairs on that. And the price was reflected in because the value was like 1.4, and they were asking $850,000 for the property. So, you know, when you buy the property at a good price and you do the repairs and you sell it at market value, that's how you make money, you know, that's how you got to do it. And anybody that tells you anything different is, you know, I don't know how they can do it and make money. That it's not a logical thing. So, you know, when we're looking at the houses, we walk through the house. I show you exactly what to do for repairs. We cost estimate everything. We look at the value of the property. We look at the neighborhood. We look at the condition of the property. You know, does it need a kitchen? Does it need new appliances? Does it need new carpeting? How is the pool? How much is the pool going to cost? You know, all those different things to do the repairs, you have to know. And you have to know exactly what it's going to be when they're done, not what you think they're going to be, but what is it actually going to be? Because if you don't go by the knowledge of what's factual, you get into deals that you're going to lose money on. You know, it's like, oh, I thought it was $5,000 for the air conditioner, and it's $10,000. You know, boom, $5,000 is poof gone. And if you make a few mistakes like that, they add up really quick. So we walk you through the house and we show you exactly what to look for, exactly how to determine if it's replaceable or not, if you fix it or repair it. We go through all of that, I mean, in great detail. Plus, you get to look at the houses that are actually available. And if you want, you can put offers on them because we have everything set up to be able to do that. Then what we do is we come back, Jake, from the end of the day, and we sit down and we go over a couple of the properties and we hash them out, because usually on the bus tour it's real hectic and everybody is, you know, like, oh my God, it's like organized chaos on the bus tour, because you got all these people looking around at different things and we can't all be at the same place at one time. So when we get back to the room, we sit down and we analyze the property. We go over each one step by step, so that you know how much the repairs are going to be, how much to make your offer for, what to start your offer at, and what to conclude making an offer. You know, you get to a point where you don't continue if it doesn't make sense, and we'd show you that shut-off point, the maximum allowable offer. And then what we do is we calculate.
And that's like all the first day.
Yeah, that's all the first day.
Yeah. Like, let them know. Let them know when we're at the end of the first day. So
yeah.
that would be a good thing.
Yeah. So
have we reached the end of the first day yet, or is there more that we're telling them?
Well, there's a little bit more, because what happens is when you leave, and it's usually about 6:30, maybe 7 o'clock. It depends on, you know, just how the flow is going, and it's all about you guys who are in the room. I want you to understand, and I answer questions. Jake, do you know at a lot of seminars, they actually tell them not to ask questions. Don't ask any questions until the end of the event, which is like 2-3 days from now. And then in the end of the event, everybody disappears. Right. So it's like you don't get your questions asked. We answer your questions. If you say, Cliff, how do I buy the house that way? You know, we talk about it. We answer your questions. There's no brush off to, you know, not answer questions. I want you to understand everything. So when you get there, you go through the first day, you will know how to look at a property, calculate all the numbers, make an offer that's going to make a profitable outcome. And then you go home and crash. You know, you got to go to sleep because your brain has been inundated with all this knowledge and experience. And then we start the second day. The second day.
And let me say first.
Sure, go ahead.
As kind of a bridge before you start talking about the second day. By the end of the first day, people are pretty excited.
Oh God, yes.
Because they're actually getting taught. What's happening is what we say is going to happen.
Yeah.
It's like the holy grail of real estate events because they're getting actual usable knowledge. And it's funny because they're writing like crazy. They take pictures of the various slides on the PowerPoint presentations and stuff like that. And they're just really into it by the end of the first day. And because it's exciting. Because it's like that for which it's like that song, At Last.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's like,
real estate event has come along. My lonely nights are over. And life is like a song. That's really what it's like. That's kind of the way they feel. Yeah.
It is. And what happens is you see a lot of smiles.
You know, you didn't say anything nice about my singing.
Is that what you were doing? I tease Jake about his singing all the time.
Well, it was kind of a spontaneous audio event. I mean,
it's
funny
it would
because
nice
I
can't
if you would have
sing
said
at all.
something about it, you know, but you know, you chose the low road, and I guess I just
no. It's funny because Jake and I do joke a lot about it because I can't sing. I have that alfalfa voice where, you know, right in the middle of the song it just breaks up and cracks up, and Jake does sing very good. He's a pretty good singer.
You choose not to sing. You could sing.
But anyway,
you sing.
Let's sing about the praises of our event because we're running out of time.
All right,
so,
we've still got time, but go ahead, do that way.
So we got 2 minutes till break. So
okay.
I want to let's see if I can go through the second day in 2 minutes. I probably can't, but
why do you do that? Just
the second day we go through the numbers. I give you a spreadsheet, a deal calculator that you can use to instantly know all the numbers. And Jake, we actually go through the numbers of the properties that we looked at, and that verifies how accurate it really is. And it's amazingly accurate. We teach you how to determine the value of the property, not what somebody thinks it is, not what the realtor says, not what the wholesaler guy is that's trying to sell you the house. What it really is going to appraise for, and we do it using appraisal strategies, you know, techniques that appraisers actually use, and techniques. So then what we do, and that takes up like the whole morning. Then after lunch, we come back and we literally go through the presentation of how to make the offer, of the actual, the strategies of how to get a good deal and how to negotiate. And I don't think anybody out there in the business teaches this on their initial presentation. And then what happens next is Jake gets up there and he talks about how to secure your future and protect it in the correct ways. And a lot of the things, a lot of the attorneys out there that are doing this don't even know this information. And it's law, guys. It's literal law. But in fact, Jake, why don't we talk about that when we get back from the break a little bit, because I think it's really
important. We can talk about that a little bit.
Because everybody needs to understand, and don't give anything away because I want them to come, but just give them the ideas that this is law on the books. And if you don't know it and your attorney don't know it, you could lose everything.
Okay, and we're about at the point of break. So I'll just say that this is the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff, and we will be back for the final segment in just a moment.
You're listening to the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show. To start your own personal financial revolution, call 1-800-396-1501 or visit realestateexpertonline.com. Jake and Cliff will be right back.
Hey, Crystal, what you up to?
Oh, Fred dragged me to one of those dumb real estate seminars.
Oh, did you learn the secret to flipping houses?
No, their secret was a $40,000 sales pitch.
You know, John and I flipped 2 houses this year.
Really? Wish we did that. Did you fall for one of those overpriced programs?
No way. We use Cliff Gager's online training at realestateexpertonline.com.
Realestateexpertonline.com? Sounds expensive. Those seminar people were so pushy. Fred almost blew our entire life savings.
No, the price was so low we were skeptical at first, but it's exactly what we needed.
What's that website again?
realestateexpertonline.com. Cliff's strategies are the real deal.
realestateexpertonline.com. Oh, here it is. Okay, I signed up for his webinar. I'm super excited.
I have a venti mocha for Crystal.
Oh, that's me. Thanks, Linda. realestateexpertonline.com will finally make our dreams come true.
Yep, realestateexpertonline.com worked for us.
Ever dream about flipping houses like on TV? Want more money in your bank account to do the things you want to do? If so, get ready to begin your personal financial revolution with Cliff Gager's house flipping training. Cliff's 25 years of experience will help you finally understand how to get great deals and create profits quickly while achieving your dream of financial freedom. This training gets straight to the good stuff so you can start immediately. Cliff was the mentor's mentor for many of the TV and seminar so-called gurus. He was the man behind the curtain, but now you can eliminate those overpriced gurus and get Cliff's best knowledge direct. If you really want to make money flipping houses, you need realestateexpertonline.com. Your personal financial revolution starts now. Go to realestateexpertonline.com. That's realestateexpertonline.com. realestateexpertonline.com.
Hey Fred, Linda told me you went to one of those real estate seminars. Yeah, what a downer. It was nothing but a 3-day sales pitch to sell more overpriced training. Plus the 3-day training they did was so vague. It was a waste of time. Linda and I almost did that too, but we got lucky and found Cliff Gager first. Did you and Crystal check out Cliff's realestateexpertonline.com website? Yeah, we did. Cliff really put together a complete program. realestateexpertonline.com gave us all the missing pieces we've been searching for. Yeah, the gurus only want to sell you expensive coaching programs. Crazy. I know, right? We almost handed over $40,000 to those so-called real estate gurus. Not only did realestateexpertonline.com save Linda and I $40,000, it also helped us start flipping houses and making profits quickly.
Hi, I'm Cliff Gager, and you can start your own personal financial revolution today with realestateexpertonline.com. That's realestateexpertonline.com.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff. Your personal financial revolution for financial independence continues.
Well, all right. We're on the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff. And we're going into our last segment here. And Cliff has graciously allowed me to talk because, as you who listen to the show know, I never get to talk. I just kind of, and then time I did never. It's the Cliff and
hardly
Jake,
ever.
It's the Jake and Cliff show, and that's okay. Cliff, over to you. But he's going to let me. He's going to let me talk. And Cliff, what is it that you wanted me to talk about? Because you know I can hold forth on a multiplicity of subjects, often several at the same time.
Well, just the fact of what we were talking about was the law of there's actual case law out there that is literally lying in wait to people who have the knowledge in the legal profession to take everything away from you.
Well, I want to speak in generalities because I want you to come to the event because this is best shown to you at the event. But
oh yeah, don't tell them on the radio. They got to come.
There are people who, well, I mean, I can speak in generalities, and I'm okay doing that. There are people who are out there, and you see them at a lot of these expos where there are several speakers, and they're selling asset protection packages. They I mean, theoretically, this is this is a great idea. You want to do that, and one of the vehicles that they use to do this is the trust, and it is usually the revocable trust, but when you go, as I do, on the legal research databases, and you actually find out what's going on, you find out that it's a horror show. That these trusts that are supposed to protect the family's assets, they're getting broken into all the time. And I mean, take it from me, not all of you go on the legal research databases like I do, because they're not proprietary, but you have to pay for them, and you know, you have to have a reason to be using them if you're paying for them. Otherwise, they're not really worth it. But you look and see all of the, and it's a horror show. And trusts are getting broken into, assets are getting taken, and beneficiaries are losing money, and it's just a very tough thing. And so basically, what I talk about in my presentation is why that is happening, and I show the people at the event when they do my presentation. I show them exactly why, one of the reasons why that's happening, and one of the big reasons why that's happening, one of the huge reasons why that's happening, and actually it's funny because I don't sell anything there. It's just strictly, I mean, talk about crazy. You know, I think that's crazy. I almost think I should sell something, but actually we don't. We're not going to for the present. It's just to explain to these people, and you know, it's worth it to come. You really all need to come, just so I can look out on your shocked faces when I explain to you just exactly what is wrong with this situation. And people are so stunned, and then they applaud. And I'm going, I mean, I've had applause at consecutive events now. How about you, Cliff? How many events have you had where they're applauding for you?
I've got people that make tons of money. All right, so I don't want to cut you off, but we are almost out of time. So
no, that's fine.
The Courtyard by Marriott, Bakersfield, California. It's July 21st and 22nd. So you got time to book your event, or book your hotel if you're coming from out of town. It's worth the trip, I'm telling you.
It's going to be fun as heck.
Yep, spend the night at the hotel. It's a great hotel. It's going to be perfect weather for Bakersfield. It's free. It's free. You're going to learn how to flip houses. You're going to learn how to wholesale houses. We're going to show you how to get the money. We're going to show you how to find the properties, find the money, find the buyers, find the sellers, find all of that literally in these 2 days so that you can flip houses and make money. There's no gimmicks. There's no weird kind of things being taught that don't really tell you how to do this. We literally show you how to do this, and
you can go out there with what we teach you, and you can actually go out and do deals.
So go to liverealestateevents.com. That's LIVEREALESTATE events, EVENTS.com, or you can call the 800 number. Jake, give them the 800 number, and we're out.
The 800 number is 800-396-1501. That is 800-396-1501. And, of course, they can always go to realestateexpertonline.com.
Yes,
right?
The link for the events is there, too.
Okay,
and the radio
that's all
show.
The time we have. This is the Jake and Cliff Show. Once again, not enough time, but we will see you again next week to talk more about these things. Have a great week, everybody.
You've been listening to the Real Estate Expert Online Radio Show with Jake and Cliff. The real estate investing revolution has only just begun. Want more information on your own personal revolution? Go to realestateexpertonline.com or call 1-800-396-1501. The owners of the show, this station, or any of its affiliates want you to know that real estate investing is risky. You could lose your entire investment. Topics and opinions expressed in the show are for informational and entertainment purposes, not professional advice or even factual reporting. The owners disclaim any responsibility to supplement, correct, or modify the content of any broadcast. Nothing in this content shall be construed to create an agreement, waive this disclaimer, encourage evasion or disobedience to any law, or constitute a submission to jurisdiction in any state or country. Persons or entities referred to are entirely fictional. No reference to an actual person or entity is intended, but is entirely coincidental.
Ever dream about flipping houses like on TV? Want more money in your bank account to do the things you want to do? If so, get ready to begin your personal financial revolution with Cliff Gager's house flipping training. Cliff's 25 years of experience will help you finally understand how to get great deals and create profits quickly while achieving your dream of financial freedom. This training gets straight to the good stuff so you can start immediately. Cliff was the mentor's mentor for many of the TV and seminar so-called gurus. He was the man behind the curtain, but now you can eliminate those overpriced gurus and get Cliff's best knowledge direct. If you really want to make money flipping houses, you need realestateexpertonline.com. Your personal financial revolution starts now. Go to realestateexpertonline.com. That's realestateexpertonline.com. realestateexpertonline.com.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3